Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody? I'm in a predicament. We are currently floating above Lawville in Argo's ship, which needs a name. We must come up with a name. And I have a problem because this ship only has a power core. We'll get to that again a little bit later on. But I need to do some testing. And to do some testing, I kind of need a functional ship. But the problem is, when I took out all the components and saved the ship, something has happened to my account between yesterday and today. And I no longer have the cutter that I bought in-game on this account. And all of the components have disappeared. So now I truly
Let's do this thing.
Let's do this thing. Now I truly have a ship that's not properly functioning, which is going to make testing, well, I was going to say difficult, but probably actually more real world. How is everybody? Flossie's joined us. Skeet is here. Rusty Nuts has popped in. Papa Nuts is here. All the nuts. Tasty. Wait. I thought you were starting with a Pisces. Well, Papa Nuts, that was the plan. But this paint was released for the Cutter series, and it just seemed so entirely appropriate that Amelia, or perhaps her brother, or somebody had like this space Winnebago, kind of like my camper van, my old work van that I converted into a weekend camper van, which I call Artax. And that, it's old, it's beaten up, it doesn't have any weapons, it's missing most of its components. I'm undecided whether or not if I want to start with a power core. Again, this is not a zero to hero sort of situation for Argo. It's more just, the game with added things to it to make it more interesting and difficult, like the taxes systems, like the new side quest systems. Not allowed to use the Moby Glass. We'll go through all this as we've got a couple of hours. I've got a few things that I need to do today, but while everybody's still in bed, I thought we'd jump in for a little bit and do a little bit of testing, have a bit of a chat with people and have a bit of a discussion about things. We were going to start with the Pisces, but I figured that like this old space Winnebago would be way more entirely, fitting for Mr. Argo Hurston. We'll see this in closer detail, but we have already been rabbiting on for way too long. Let me give this a little stir. And what am I stirring? Well, you probably know. It is my hot chocolate. And why dost we need a hot chocolate? I swear to God, I got some Maccas on the way home from work this morning, that the Cadbury's drinking chocolate is exactly what they use at McDonald's, because this tastes exactly the same as the hot chocolate that I got from McDonald's. I've already had one. Nobody can stop me. I'm having another one. Why do we need to have some hot chocolate? Well, it is the beginning of the stream, and you know how we do it here at After Dark. I'm trying to be a little bit quiet because people are still sleeping. We start every stream with a good old Tim Tam Slam. Now, I did have some Tim Tams here underneath my desk keyboard area that the ninja managed to find and gobbled up. So I had to buy a packet of Tim Tams on the way home from the petrol station, from the gas station, from the service station. And they were twice as expensive as they normally would be from Aldi. But I'm going to appreciate these Tim Tams just as much. What is a Tim Tam? Well, you know what a Tim Tam is if you've been spending any time here at After Dark, because we do it at the beginning of every stream. It is a tradition. It is a ritual. And this is how it goes. Well, a Tim Tam is 2 chocolate biscuits with a little bit of chocolate in the middle. Then it's all wrapped up in even more chocolate to make it just, the right amount of chocolate. But we're going to add an extra bit of chocolate to this chocolate biscuit. By biting off the opposite corners of this biscuit, it's therefore going to expose the inside of this biscuit and allow us to use it like a straw. We're going to use this straw to slurp up our previously said hot beverage, which, as you might recall, was a hot chocolate. It could be a hot cup of tea, a coffee, just some warm milk. As long as it's hot, it's going to melt all the chocolate inside here, turn this into a gushy, gooey, delicious mess. We're going to shove it in our cake hole, and it's going to be entirely delicious. This is how we start every stream here at After Dark. Well, let's get it done. With the biscuit properly prepared, we can now slam this Tim Tam. Oh, whoop! Delicious. Absolutely delicious. The Pisces is too clean for Argo. Drake fits his situation far better. Yeah, well, you know, you got to keep in mind that a lot of what is influencing Argo's adventures is his separation from Amelia. Again, this is not a zero to hero. It is just, as the post on Discord says, the thread, a life uncharted. He's separated from Amelia. They were together only just for a couple of years. She kind of knew that he was a little bit rough and just a bit uncouth and stupid, and it didn't take long for the marriage to really fall apart. So, you know, it's not a zero to hero. He is starting with some stuff. And again, you know, we're not looking for this start with very little and then get more and get more and get more until you get to the point where everything just goes boom and it's super easy. It is designed to be a much more, I hesitate to use the word accurate representation of what the gameplay for Star Citizen could possibly be in the future. And so the Winnebago and the fact that it's a Drake, Amelia doesn't want it. Let's just say it was her brother's. And, you know, he's now gone off on some highfalutin adventure in his 890 jump somewhere, and he's left behind this crappy old Winnebago and it's been graffitied and ruined. Let's jump in. Let's jump in. It's actually a really cool... why doth the buttons not be working? Why doth chat? Oh, I'm already on chat. Let's go to gameplay. Pro streamer. It is an entirely... Let's face towards the sun if we can. Check out this. Let's turn the chat off for a second. How do I turn the chat off? Oh my god. Chat. Oh god, hang on. What? That's the... No. Function. Button mount and Discord. Those are some browser buttons. How is there no button? Chat's on. Chat's off. There we go. Let's zoom in a little bit if we can. Oh god, what's going on? That's the wrong button. Pro streamer, pro Star Citizen player. Like a professional. It is a super cool, you know, all graffitied up. And you can see a little Argo there, you know, with his stupid mullet. It's all been graffitied up, and even on one of the windows over here, let's get this camera over here. Even on one of the windows, there's like a little bit of graffiti on one of the windows just there. Let's move the camera over. Look at this little bit of graffiti here on the window. It's so cool. It's such a cool looking paint scheme that, you know, the fact that it's a Drake ship, Amelia doesn't want it. Why would she want a Drake ship? So she's given it to Argo. And there he is. What a lout. What a lout. Look at him. The camera's too sensitive. Look at this guy in there. Oh my god, wrong button. Look at this. Oh no, that's even the worst button. Oh no, we're just gonna stop pressing buttons. Look at him in there. What a lout. Alright. Do you never buy the caramel ones? They're lovely. Flossie, you can get out of the chat right now because there is only one type of Tim Tam, and it is the original. Everything else is heresy, a misdemeanor, and in possibly some places a felony. Waitrose has them. Farm Foods are now selling them too, says Rusty Nuts. Look, they're all over the place. £2. £2. It's about $3.50. Well, this packet of Tim Tams just cost me $7.85. So you can take your £2 and buy me some Tim Tams and ship them over to the land down under. Logan has got a great sweater on, no hard feelings. All right, so the dilemma, right? I am currently, why does nothing be working? What's going on? Why am we doing this, are we? Here we go. The sticks came over from Twitch. Forgot how many ads played before. Sorry, Logan. I've got to sort out the. You know, several people have mentioned this thing about ads on Twitch. I haven't set anything up for ads on Twitch. So I've got to look into it and find out why they're playing and why they're playing so frequently, because we need to get rid of it, because sadly YouTube just doesn't have some of the features that Twitch has in terms of how the chat can interact with Argo's adventures. And one of them specifically is the mission system. We'll get to that in a minute. Let me explain the dilemma. So right now we are in this is a Cutter Rambler. I wonder if I get out of the seat if it's going to topple to the ground or if I'm going to fall out of it. We are in a Cutter Rambler. Oh, damn it, I forgot to put a beanbag in here. What a beanbag I wanted to put just here. It's got a little chair that you can sit down on, or a friend or a guest, and it's got a bigger living quarters. It's got a second weapon rack. We got some various tools and stuff. It only has a very small hold, and it can put 2 SCU of cargo on its grid, but I'm sure you could fit, what, 2, 4, 6, at least 8 SCU in here if you squished them in. But it's a wonderful little ship. Twitch Turbo, no ads. Yeah, that's true. You could always subscribe over there on Twitch. So this is, I love this ship. I really do love it. It would be cool if it had a window, like maybe just here to be able to see out. That's very, very un-Drake. But, you know, it would be nice if it had a little bit of connection to the outside, given that it's supposed to be like this space camper, you know. Anyway, the dilemma is to do a little bit of testing, or at least, yeah, to do some testing, not necessarily testing of Argo's, you know, gameplay, but testing of the mission system. I kind of need a quantum drive, and there's no quantum drive. Now, I do have a little bit of cash buck dollar money dues, 101,000, so we can buy a quantum drive, but the problem is I need to get up to Everest Harbour. I'm pretty sure there's one of those weapon component stores up at Everest Harbour, but without a quantum drive, I have no markers. So no, that's just stupid. It's not what we want. My only option really is to so I've flown up here into sort of low orbit, and I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to see the space station. I've got a feeling that that's it just there. You know, that's it just there. We really only have one choice, and that's to fly towards it. And without any coolers or anything like that, the ship is restricting itself, or so it would seem, to 179 meters a second, which is super, super slow. So this might not have been a great idea to do some testing without actually having a functioning ship. Now, what are we testing? Whilst we slowly, and probably for the next 3.5 hours, fly under main thrusters to what I am hoping is going to be the space station.
No time to panic!
It's no time to panic.
Start panicking!
If it was nighttime, I think we'd get a better view of the situation, because the space station is surrounded by lights, which I think would be easier to see at nighttime. Clive, hope all's great with you. Yes, Clive, I'm very well, thank you. I am very, very well. Finished work for the week. It is now the weekend. I do have quite a number of things that I need to do this weekend. We've got another stream planned for tonight. We'll be on again tomorrow night, Sunday. But whilst we've got a few hours, I thought we'd jump in. So, we're going to fly aimlessly towards this destination. And what are we testing? Well, let me grab this, right? And we'll jump in here. Let's go back to... No, that's the wrong one. Let's go to this page here. Let's jump in here. Right. So I've got this little spreadsheet that I'm working on. This is, hopefully you can see relatively clearly. We could probably zoom in a little bit. So this is a side quest, right? So every time I visit a location, there's going to be the possibility of missions appearing there. Now, this represents NPCs and, random chance encounters while I'm out and about in the verse. Excuse me. So when I get to each location, I'm going to roll a d10 and, fucking hell. It was just fucking here. Here it is. It's hiding behind my hot chocolate. Is that what they mean flying by the seat of your pants? Well, we'll see. Honestly. Excuse me. So I've got a D10 here. So I'm going to roll this D10 every time I get to a location. And on the result of a 1, there's no missions. On a result of 2 to 5, there's only 1 mission available. On a 6 to 8, there's 2 missions available. And on a 9 or a 10, there's 3 missions available. Then I've got 2 D6s here. A black one and a red one that are... And I'm going to... The black represents the 10s. The red represents... Or the black represents the first number. The red represents the second number. Ah, crap. This doesn't fucking work. Yes, it does. I need to use the D10. So I'm going to roll the D6 and the D10. Let's say, for example, right now I roll it and I get a 4 on the D6 and a 7 on the D7. That's 47. So 47 in the list here is Arms for the Needy. Fucking hell. This could be a fairly significant mission. Deliver 10 P4 AR rifle magazines. Oh no, magazines. I thought they were rifles. I've got to collect 10 rifles. Bloody hell, man. That's a hefty task. And 10 C54 magazines to the mission location and store them in any loot box. And so when I get to the mission, to a location, I'll roll up the required number of missions and I can either accept them all or I have to accept at least 1. Or I could accept them all. I can only ever have at a single point in time a maximum of 12 side quests. And you can see here some of these side quests are Moby-Glass missions. Accept a maintenance contract from the Moby-Glass. Accept a bounty hunter contract from the Moby-Glass. So I'm not allowed to use the Moby-Glass to get contracts. So again, coming from that zero to hero perspective, once you start out at zero to hero, let's say you're doing no ship, right? And you've got to get all your components. And as soon as you get a functioning ship, everything becomes super easy. But in this case, even though I'm starting with a semi-functional ship, it has a power core so I can at least get around. Even when I get that quantum drive, it doesn't mean I can just open up my Moby-Glass and go do, some missions. I have to go to different locations to hopefully spawn up some Moby-Glass missions. Now, each of these missions at the moment will have a reward. Just for the moment, I've put it at 1,000, and obviously this needs to be tweaked and massaged. And then the location at which I accepted that mission, so that I know where I need to go back to complete the mission. And then when that mission is active, so let's say this is from, I picked up this mission from Bezdek, right? And it's currently active, okay? Let me just zoom back out a little bit. Again, this is sort of a representation of side quests, the mission encounters, the NPC encounters that you'd experience as you're heading about the verse. Then I can just simply filter this for all of my active quests and go, okay, look, I've got only one active quest here, and it's a Moby-Glass quest. Actually, this was a really bad one to do, but you get the idea. So right now there's only this number of quests in here, and you can see quite a lot of them are Moby-Glasses, right? So I need to add lots more quests in here, and this list can grow and grow and grow, and they're all they're fetch and retrieve. They're glorified box missions. Rollage, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Where's my addiction machine? Oh my God, I've left it in the microwave where I made my hot chocolate. I'm new here. Are these self-imposed side quests to provide a bit of self-made content? Yeah, exactly. You know, we just had a Citizen Con come recently, and they were talking about, you know, the new... well, they were talking about missions and stuff in the future. You know, the content they'd like us to have. Instead of us relying so heavily on our Moby-Glass, that we'd be able to find missions throughout the universe as we're exploring around. We just need to quickly... check and see where we're going. Oh my God, we're never going to get there. I don't even know if that's the space station or how far away it is. And without a cooler, we can only travel at, like I said, 179 meters a second. We are in nav mode, gears up. We're in flight mode. Situation is not ideal. This could just be a stream of me flying towards... Oh my God, there's 3 more points in space that look exactly the same. Ah, damn it. Ah, frick. Okay, let's turn off cruise control. I'm going to think about this situation now. If it was nighttime, we'd easily be able to see Everest Harbour and just go there. Oh God, there's another one of those 3-dot clusters. Oh, hang on. Oh no, that might be the same one we were heading towards. The situation is not good. I don't have a radar, so I can't scan properly. There's, you know, this is the situation Argo is going to find himself in. So yes, this is self-made rules, and there's a whole bunch of taxes and stuff. Let me actually bring up Discord over here, right? If we go into the Discord in the Star Citizen chat, here we go. Argo Hurston, A Life Uncharted. Feel free to get involved in the discussions if you wish. Here are the rules so far, and I've been editing this post to add them all in. You know, riding public transport costs 200 credits. Respawning in a medical facility costs 2,000 credits. Side quests cannot be abandoned. They'll be active until completed. Argo cannot wear his uniforms outside of Lawville. As some of you might know, Argo has a job as a janitor down at Lawville. This is an infraction of company policy, and if called out by chat, he will be fined. So one thing I've added into chat and into Twitch, and let me bring up Twitch, and let's just jump back into the game proper gameplay, and let me hey boy, let me jump back into Herd Quirler. We'll go over here real quick. Hang on, bear with me for a minute. I'll be back in a second. What are we going to do about Everest Harbour? This was stupid. I should have been prepared. With a quantum drive so we could do some proper testing. Because now we've got to mess about trying to get a quantum drive somehow. We got so many things to talk about. I cannot wait for 4.0. I haven't looked at any 4.0 content. I haven't looked at any Pyro content. It's all that I can see on YouTube right now. It's really disappointing because I want to watch some Star Citizen content and there isn't any. Is my ship... Look at this. It's damaged. We're going to have to get our repair tool out and do some repairs. It's going to be so much fun. I'll be back in a minute. Right. So I've seen plenty of people do zero to hero type content, but yeah, this whole improvised mission system, I haven't seen anybody do. I think it's going to add a lot to the game until obviously we get these functions and features in the game. Now, coming back to what we were talking about, let me just head on over here. So we now have, as I was talking about earlier on, with, you know, the difference between streaming on Twitch and YouTube, is that Twitch has what they call channel points, right? So as you're watching me on Twitch, you'll be earning Tim Tams, and you can use those Tim Tams to spend on little sound effects like Skeet Skid did before. He played No Time to Panic, he played Let's Do This Thing, and I've added a new one in, a couple of new ones. I've added in this one. I wonder if you guys can hear it.
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
So you can now fine Argo if you see him doing something that doesn't abide by the rules. For example, he's not allowed to wear armor or carry a weapon inside any of the cities. So Area 18, Lawville, New Babbage, and Orison. If you're watching and you see him carrying a weapon or wearing in one of those, you know, armor, then you can use your Tim Tams to spend on that little soundbite find, and I will cough up the 1,000 credit fine. I've also added in a new one. This one costs 2,500 Tim Tams. It's the most expensive one.
Quest? I'm already on a quest.
So that one will trigger a Moby Glass mission. So if I'm playing, I'm in the middle of something, then you can play that that little soundbite, and that will then allow me to open up the Moby Glass and in the middle of a monologue, I still did a little twitch. Who was that? Flossie. So that will allow me to use a Moby Glass, and here there's normally 10 outside of the priorities, so I'll simply, oh god, we're going to be looking for these dice half the time, aren't we? Where the fuck have they gone? Oh my god. Here we go. All right, we gotta get a proper dice box or something here. We can't keep them in the Tim Tam packet. I'll roll a dice. In this case, it's a 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I get to pick a search mission. Cargo assist, or find some Zetaprolinide. And so then I can accept one of these really high-paying missions from the Moby Glass. That is the only time I can use the Moby Glass, or if a Moby Glass, you know, side mission is triggered when I'm out in location. You should gift the fine in-game to whoever gets you. Possibly. The thing is, because the only way that I have to, you know, really earn credits in the game is predominantly by the side missions. Who's going to pay for the side missions, right? Once I complete a side mission, who's going to pay Argo for the side mission? My main account will, Crouch. So any fines or anything like that, that money will be sent to Crouch. And then whenever I complete missions, Crouch will pay that money to Argo, because obviously my main account, Crouch, has the potential to earn millions of credits quickly and easily. But Argo, on the other hand, doesn't. For example, we cannot, at this point in time, even find our way to Everest Harbour. We have a dilemma. We should be able to see Lawville quite clearly and easily from orbit at any time. And the space station, when you're down at Lawville, can be seen. But what's that? Yes! 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 Fucking yes! Let's go. It can be seen. There it is. All we needed was to be pointing in the right direction. Everest Harbour, people. Everest Harbour, we're on our way. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get there. We're going very, very slowly. We don't have a cooler. Yeah, this brings me back to, people wanting to, whenever I've done, Zero to Heroes in the past and stuff, chat and people from chat, it's like, oh, I can give you a lift here. I can log on and help you do this. Now, I will say yes and no when I'm playing on Argo's account. Argo Hurston doesn't have any friends. I don't think he's even friends at this point with Crouch, which I should probably fix. Yes. If you want to get involved, as we start these adventures with Argo, this is a stream account. I will only ever play this account when we're streaming. So that way we can see from the very beginning of the series, every part of his journey. I will never play him offline. I will use my other accounts on my main account whenever I'm playing offline. But so everything that happens on stream, you will be able to follow. And as we progress, I might cut them up into short little videos so people can follow and, just keep up with the story without having to sit through hours and hours of, stream. And, like all these boring bits of me flying for the next however long it's going to take to get to bloody Everest Harbour. It doesn't even tell me how far away it is. But it's a long way at 179 meters a second. We should be going close to 1,000, 950 or something. But without a cooler, we cannot go that fast. So that way, you'll be able to, feel like you're part of the story. You'll be able to influence Argo's adventures, both in terms of the fine system and the quests. Let me jump back into Discord real quick. We'll have a look at some of those while we're on our merry journey. So these are the rules when playing on Argo Hurston's alt account, designed to make the early game, well, not necessarily the early game, but the entire game a little bit more challenging and interesting. So claiming insurance on any small ship costs 5,000. These numbers are all subject to change. So this is kind of like the excess that you'd pay to your insurance provider if you have a bingle in your car or you smash a window in your house. We all have to pay a premium. Now, in this case, Argo doesn't have to pay that premium because he's got 120 months of insurance. So he doesn't have to pay the premium, but he will have to pay an excess. So whenever he wants to claim his ship, he's going to have to pay an excess. At this point in time, the excess is 5,000. It might be a little steep. All of this is subject to change. Get involved in the discussion on Discord if you wish. I cannot accept any money without rendering services. So this brings me back to what I was talking about just before. If you want to help Argo, you are going to have to find him. Literally. 5k seems high. Yeah, it's very high. Skeet. Let's go in and make some quick adjustments here. We'll massage this down to 2k. All right. He cannot accept money without rendering services. So if you want Argo to be a gunner on your ship or, do some sort of job for you to get paid, you are going to have to find him in the verse. He will most likely always be around the Hurston area and will be spending quite a lot of time at Lawville, in the beginning at least, whilst he tries to earn money. And you will recognize him because he will be the lout running around in a yellow janitor's, uniform, picking up med gowns and water bottles. Now, I've put here start with a fully disabled ship. I think we're going to modify this because I do want it to have a power core. Again, this is not a Zero to Hero. This is a more interesting version of Star Citizen. And starting with a fully disabled ship is just not an enjoyable way for me to play the game right now. Start with a... Nope, that's the wrong button. Start with a ship that only has a power core and no other components. Waking up in a hab costs 1k. So again, this was one of the reasons, well, not one of the reasons, but well, it kind of is why I decided to get the cutter instead of the Pisces. It would have been wonderful, starting with the Pisces and working our way up to, a ship that's actually got a bed and all that sort of stuff. But I like the story a bit more. Wait, are we going to crash into this station? No, we're still quite a long way away. So wake up in your hab costs 1,000. Riding public transport costs 200 credits. Now, again, this is subject to change. So just getting around Lawville is going to be, problematic. People did suggest, and I don't know, I couldn't find it here in the thread. I think it was mentioned on YouTube again. Get involved here if you want to. Maybe something like a multi-pass for public transport, which I think was mentioned in the stream last week. So instead of having to pay 200 credits, maybe he can pay 1,500 credits for like a 10-pass, a multi-pass. Can only use the mobiGlass to accept contracts if triggered either by Twitch chat, again, by spending your Tim Tams on the quest soundbite, or by the side mission quest system. And again, those were in these missions here that get triggered by the side quest system, the mobiGlass missions. And again, they're specific, right? It's not just choose a mission from the mobiGlass, accept a hauling contract from the mobiGlass, accept an investigation contract from the mobiGlass. So they're specific things so that I'm not just always doing, $90,000 mercenary missions or ERTs or, whatever. Cannot wear armor except for his janitor uniform because he's got two uniforms. One's clothing and one's light armor, which has a backpack. Or carry weapons in cities. Find 1k if called out by chat. Again, you can use the find soundbite. Cost you 1,000 Tim Tams. I think you earn 50 Tim Tams every 10 minutes or something. Let me point something out. If you don't want to watch on Twitch because of all the ads, go and follow me on Twitch. Let me chuck it up here in the chat. It's twitch.com/crouch_after dark. Let me put that in the chat. Go and follow on Twitch, right? And then instead, here we go. Let's just bring this up here, right? Have it playing in Twitch in the background. But don't mute the stream. Mute the tab. If you right click and you mute the tab, then you will still count as watching on Twitch and you will therefore still continue to earn Tim Tams. If you mute the stream, Twitch doesn't count you as a viewer and you stop earning Tim Tams. So if you want to watch on YouTube but participate periodically over at Twitch in all the things that Twitch allows us to do, then you can still watch on YouTube whilst earning points on Tim Tams on Twitch. Just remember to mute the tab, not the Hernquirtler, not the stream. That way you'll earn Tim Tams, and then when you want to use those Tim Tams on Twitch, just go over to Twitch. It's very easy. Let me see if I can bring it up. Without getting a hang on, fuck, whereabouts are we? Oh yeah, we still got a fair bit of distance to travel. Getting ourselves into one of those what's it called? A mirror within a mirror within a mirror. Let me just mute this. All right, so for those people who watch on YouTube who want to get involved in Twitch, oh my god, hang on, yeah, here we go. We're inside the never, the ending. What's it called? It's not going to work. How do we do it? It's pretty easy. There's a little button down the bottom, right? Tim Tams. And if you click on the Tim Tams, it'll just lead you through it, right? Get started, click on the get started, then you can spend your Tim Tams on things. You'll figure it out. You could YouTube a video on how to use Twitch channel points. And Infinity Mirror, that's the one, Papa Nuts. So there's lots of fun things that I'm really looking forward to with Argo's adventures. It's gonna be great fun. And with your help, we'll continue to add to the rules. We'll continue to add to the side quests. So, I've been adding them in as I think of them or ideas come to me. And then as I add them in, I've been editing that spreadsheet. But you can look through and, make suggestions and all that sort of stuff. Most of them at this point are fetch and retrieve, sort of like winter is coming. Deliver a warm jacket to the mission location and storing it in the loot box. Again, we're representing the fact that, I've gone somewhere. Somebody said, hey man, it's cold. I lost my favorite jacket. I'm not going to go through and write all the narrative scripts, right? I can't be bothered doing all that. But, we're imaginating for ourselves that somebody has said, hey man, I left my favorite jacket at, somewhere. Can you get it and bring it back for me? Or, a fancy dress party. Deliver 5 med gowns to the mission location and store in any loot box. It would be super fun if anything that you put in the loot boxes was persistent, so that, someone comes to one of these locations and opens up one of the loot boxes and there's a whole bunch of med gowns in there, some P4 ammo, some burritos. That'd be amazing. Supply storage boxes. This guy wants 3 1/8 SCU boxes to the mission location and store them on any shelf. So, they're the kind of like box missions essentially. And, these will develop over time and become a little bit more interesting and unique. And like this one here, it meant a lot to my dad. Find any abandoned ship and salvage 5 canisters of RMC, return them to the mission location and place in any loot box. This could be a fun one. So, obviously this guy's dad might have passed away or something, and, the ship really meant a lot to his dad, and now he wants a little piece of that ship to, remember him, the ashes of the ship. So have a read through some of these if you want. Make suggestions in there. I have said I need around 20 standard side quests, but we're going to need a hell of a lot more than that. Argo has been barred from using the TDDs, right? Again, because of his history with Amelia Hurston, his ex-wife, he's been barred from trading basically at Lawville. He's not allowed to use the TDD, and the Hurstons have put out a call to the rest of everybody else in Stanton and says, this guy's not allowed to use the TDDs. Make sure that you don't let him. Until he rebuilds trust with Hurston. This applies across all TDDs in Stanton. Trust can be restored by completing missions for Constantine Hurston. Now, he's one of the characters over in Lawville. He sits up in the TDD. And when you do enough missions through the Moby Glass for either Hurston Dynamics, he will pop up. He's one of the character mission givers. And you can go up to his office and then he gives you missions. And like Vaughn or the other guys from Grim Hex and whatnot, as you build reputation with Constantine Hurston, as Argo rebuilds that relationship with Constantine, he will unlock the ability to use the TDD. Skeet, does the cutter have a name? It does not have a name just yet. We need to give it a name. It definitely needs a name. Look at this lout in here. Look at this guy. We've got to set up some views. Ship views. Do we have any set up? That one, that one, that one, that one. Same one, same one. No, yes. No views set up. Look at this lout in here. Look at this guy. Let's save this as view number 1. I suggest... No, it's going to be something I can pronounce easy. Pedazo de mierda. No, I can't pronounce that properly. Chances of that being the name are 0. I don't know what it means and I can't pronounce it. So your lol is lost on me. Sorry, Skeet. Maybe it's got to be something simple. Something, Argo-ish. Again, Argo is a lout, right? He's not terribly well educated. He's a bit of a buffoon. How about penniless prize for a ship named for Argo? We've got to also remember that this used to belong to Amelia's brother. It's not necessarily Argo's ship. He didn't buy it. It was basically given to him as a pity prize. Piece of shit. So I guess we got a couple of options here. Yes, we are here. We are here. Look at that. From Lawville up to Everest under main thrusters. We got a couple of options. One, the ship can be named, can adopt the name that perhaps Amelia's brother gave it. Or Argo will have named this ship. In which case, piece of shit. Pedazo de mierda. one eternity later. It did take a little bit of time. Let's see if we can get landing here. All right, get ourselves a quantum drive so we can do some missions. Oh, we're arriving at a location. We're going to have to see if there's some missions here. Hang on. Let's jump back into, that's the wrong button. Let's jump back in here. Do I have access to my mouse on this screen? We do. Although there's no loot boxes here, so we've already discovered a flaw in the system. Most of them have to do with retrieve something and bring it back and put it in a loot box. Oh, am I not able to communicate with the station because I don't... Why can I not request landing? Do I not have communication? Just roll the R a little more. Merda. Pedazo de merda. Okay, so we don't have access to a bloody... Okay. Okay, there's options. We're going to have to do this all manually, so we're going to have to go... How are we going to do this? Because we... Okay, so how about we try and fit a few more ships on these pads, people? There's probably a little bit more room for a few more ships on that pad. Let's try the other side. That was perfect, was it, Skeet? Skeet, thank you. Sylvester, how are you? Joining us on YouTube. Based off your character and the trials and tribulations you're putting on him, what about Sisyphus? No, these are too fancy. These are too fancy. Again, we gotta be thinking like Argo. He's a lout, right? Like he'd call it something like the yellow hot dog or something stupid. Like the burrito bus or something like that. All right. The problem here is that we can go inside and we can buy ourselves a quantum drive, but there's no way we can get it inside the ship because I can't tractor beam it out here. All right, one thing at a time. We're on pad 2. Everybody remember that. I'm going to get changed. I do want to point out that undersuits don't count as armor, okay? Because it's a requirement to have to move about in space. This was the only helmet that Argo had in his inventory. He doesn't even have a full suit of armor yet. You could say his dad named it. Why would his dad name it? It doesn't make sense. The ship was given to him by Amelia. Who knows where Argo's dad is? He could be long dead. Haven't thought about Argo's dad. Family tree grows. So just to put things in context for Argo, he's sort of 40, right? Around 40. Him and Amelia got married quite late. Only married for, 2-3 years or so. And by this time, point in time, he'd be, in his mid-40s. Right. Look at him. Look at him. What a lout. what we would call a bogan. Look at him. His dad was Puerto Rican. I like this random photo bomb. That's so good. Mum was Irish descent. Oh, let's follow this guy and get his med gown as soon as he gets changed. Or is he gonna fucking just fly off in his med gown? He's gonna fly off in his med gown, isn't he? Yep. Combat pilots. Combat pilots. Well, buddy, when you actually have to start wearing a proper flight suit, you know. All right. So yes. I got to look it up. Hang on, bear with me for a minute. The Eagle 5, the name of the ship from Spaceballs. The Eagle 5. That's what the kind of Rambler reminds me of, the Space Winnebago. Spaceballs is such a good movie. Right, so I'm pretty sure there is, I think it's, I'm pretty sure it's upstairs, yeah? Oh no, hang on, we're at Everest. Oh yeah, it's upstairs. It's over here on the left, yeah? Yeah, here we go. Platinum Bay! Let's get ourselves some components. Okay. Coolers. Size 1s.
That's pretty much everything we got.
Yeah, 3 different coolers. Okay, so the EcoFlow it is, I guess. Size 0. Alright, let's get ourselves an EcoFlow. Got ourselves a cooler. Okay, cool. We can go faster. Now we need a quantum drive. I wish they'd change the color of these menus. Quantum drive. Size 1. Size 3. Size 3. Alright, so a Vulcan it is.
What you see is what we...
So starting with the power core allows me to travel around in the ship. So I might not necessarily need to save up the money to get up here to buy this stuff, especially in the early game, because it's only going to start with the 5,000 credits that, you know, the starter accounts get. But I might be able to fly around and find some abandoned ships like these ones that were sitting on the pad, break into them, steal their components, put them in the ship. Actually, we probably should have done that. We can't because we're in Armistice. So I'm pretty sure that because the ship's not stored here, we're not going to be able to fit the components. And there's no way that I can get them out to the pad. It's a little bit laggy. Okay, so we are in an interesting dilemma. Let me know, do you guys prefer to see the chat on screen? Because on screen you'll be able to see both Twitch and YouTube chat. Or do you prefer just to see the game and my beautiful face? Or do you want to see the chat also on screen? We're keeping in mind that I'm streaming at an unusual time, so the usual crowd is not here. Some of the regular names are here. It's a standoff. As a standoff. Let's get out to... Okay, we got to try and land. We got to try and land. Oh, hang on a minute. We haven't rolled up our missions. Haven't rolled up our missions. Okay, so again, you know, if we come back to the mission table... So I've got to roll that 10-sided dice. I'll see if I can get a dice roller Let's have a quick look, right? Dice roller. Here we go. So we need a 10-sided dice, right? So it's a 7. So 7 is 2 missions are available. So we're going to use a D6 and a D10 to determine the mission. It is 21. So the first mission is a score to settle. So deliver a P4 AR rifle, 2 P4 magazines, and a Mark IV grenade to the mission location and store. So somebody here at Everest has got a grudge on somebody. So this is our top at Everest Harbour. And we'll take this mission. Yes. And the second one, 11. 11. It's a Moby Glass mission. Accept a maintenance contract from the Moby Glass. Oh, this is ideal. This is ideal because we've just got ourselves a quantum drive. Yes! A maintenance mission. Okay, so here's a 10k mission, repair a Comaray. I don't think we're ready for repairing Comarays. We can remove some toxic waste. Okay, so here's one thing that is a potential problem. If I don't complete this mission, before I log off, what is the consequence? Is there any consequence? So let's accept this mission. Sick. So we don't necessarily need to track the Moby Glass missions here. So I've got one active side quest to deliver a P4. And this is only going to pay me 1,000 credits. So unless I want to go spend a whole bunch of money to lose a whole bunch of money, I'm going to have to go do a bunker mission, which I'm not going to be able to do, easily. I'm going to have to find this P4 or come across a settlement or something, or get a Moby Glass mission that, sends me on a mercenary contract. So this one might be sitting around for a little while. I got to collect a couple of magazines. And the Mark IV grenades, I can buy them at Tammany and Sons, but the only place that I've seen in game to get Mark IV grenades is from distribution centers when you do the warehouse missions there again, which is a Moby Glass mission. So this could be quite a complicated one. And so given that, I'm going to say that this mission here is worth 10 grand, right? So I might put a link up to this Google Doc in the Discord. That way, if you guys want to contribute to it, you can certainly do that. In terms of at least on Discord, you'll be able to see this and then suggest, hey, mission number 19 should be worth 462,000. Sick. So we got a side quest and a Moby Glass mission, but the problem is. Let's get our helmet on. The problem is we've got to try and get these components into the ship. It would be cool if there was like a personal access terminal storage thing on the outside here. So that we could access things on the pad here, because I'm assuming you can use tractor beams here. Cooler, quantum drive, radars, relays, gravity generator, shields, batteries. I should still have comms. Oh, this should be another rule that we should add in. You're not allowed to fly in anything other than an undersuit. And again, if you want to find me, then you got to spend your Tim Tams to find him. I'm not going to voluntarily pay fines. It's got to be called out by chat. Clothes or an undersuit. All right, so let's see. Yes. Maybe there just wasn't anything available before. All right, so now we can get our components in the ship. Actually, this could be another interesting rule, is you're not allowed to use the vehicle manager to install components. It's got to be done manually. We've just been deputized to crouch Argo, breaking the rules. All right, let's get into the hangar. Where the hell is my hangar? There it is. Let's go. Okay, so this is cool. We've already got a Moby Glass mission. We've picked ourselves up a side quest, which is going to take a little bit of time to achieve. Alrighty. Let's turn the ship off. So whilst we're here, let's go over to Discord and amend some of the rules, yeah? Cannot use vehicle manager to modify ship components. Must be done manually. What was the other thing I said? See, this is why I want to put them here in Discord, because as soon as I mention them on stream, I forget. Oh yeah, I remember now. Can only pilot a ship in either clothing or an undersuit. Otherwise, can be fined by chat. And the fines from chat will be 1k. For each fine, it's just 1,000 credits. All right, I've never done this before. This is sick. Oh, hang on, we're going to need a tool. We need tools. Which one? This one, I think, has the tractor beam attachment in it. Yes, it does. And it works. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to need some components. There we go. Only carryable items may be dropped. Okay, so we're going to use the freight elevator. Sick. This is sick. Okay, we're going to put this away first. Send this down. There are our components. We're going to bring them up on the freight elevator. This is amazing. Mr. Argo Hurston getting his components. Look at this. Send them up. Send them up. All right, well, so far the side quest system has worked nicely. We're gonna, I need to unlock the ports, I think. Let's get the components in here. You know what would make this even better is salvaging these components in space. Again, we've just bought whatever they had there, so, you know, maybe we'll come across better grade components and, you know, who knows what we'll find in Mr. Argo Hurston's adventures. All right, let's go unlock the ship ports. Right, Alt and K. Ship ports unlocked. Lovely. just been deputized to catch Argo breaking the rules. Yeah, I wish YouTube had some better functions for streamers. Okay, so batteries, radar, cooler, quantum drive. Okay, does not worked very well. Let's try that again. Item misaligned. Which way does it go in? This way? Item misaligned. Hang on, it shows us a little picture of what it should look like. Okay, yep, sweet. So it needs to go this way and then need to rotate it this way. No, wrong way. This way. Attaching valid. Okay, sick. We have a cooler. Okay. Item misaligned. Attaching valid. Yeah, boy. We have a quantum drive and we have a cooler. All right, that's going to allow us to get around. Let's get out of here. We've got a mission to do. Yeah, so it's going to be quite a nice start, right? One thing I'm going to have to keep an eye on is these costs. Because I'm going to have to remember these in terms of, you know, being able to pay them to make the game that little bit more interesting. Okay. All right. Let's get out of here. Let's power the ship off completely. We've got to keep in mind that if the ship it gets destroyed, I haven't saved these components on the ship. Let's power the ship up. Let's get some thrusters on. Let's get ourselves into nav mode. All right, so we're off on a mission to get some waste, right? And when we get there, we're going to have to roll on the mission table. Yes, quantum drive. Which means at some point in time, I'm going to have to come back here to complete one of those missions. So the whole point of the side quest system is to keep me moving around back and forward. Go to this place. Oh, there's a mission there. I've got to come back here at some stage. Go back to this place. Go back to that place. Go over here. And so in the mission list, I need to make sure that there's multi-stage or multi-location missions to, you know, go to this place, get this, take it to this person over here so they can do something to it and then bring it back to me. Or go talk to this person. He's going to give you some more information about, you know, XYZ. So I'll go there, roll up on the mission table. Oh, there's some missions here. I'll have to come back at some stage. Continue on the side quest that I'm currently on or get sidetracked, as you do with side quests. And, you know, keep moving around, you know. Here we go. Collection site. What will we find here? So as we build out that table of missions, there's going to, you know, we can put some super fun stuff in there. There's one in there about, you know, my mother's favorite recipe, which, you know, basically involves collecting a whole bunch of the, you know, the poisonous berries and stuff, or the edible berries. There's one in there called My Worst Enemy or something. And so you've got to collect all the ingredients. Oh my God, hang on. What's this about? Collection site, Clasher. Okay, this is not good. It can't be Clasher. It's got to be, why can we not jump? It's got to be Barton Flats, right? Or Barton Aid Shelter or something. Yes. No. It didn't work. The quantum drive is no good. The quantum drive is no good. We bought a bum quantum drive. Argo's going to end up needing a huge ship to hold a little bit of everything. Barbecue, he just might need that one specific, because he might just need that one specific item eventually. Well, I mean, he's always got his home base at Lawville, which is, you know, obviously we'll be storing a lot of stuff. That's where, you know, Argo works there. We got to find out where this bloody mission is. Go to HDMS Perlman on Magda and collect all the toxic waste. Go to Bartonade's flat on Aberdeen and collect all the toxic waste. Alright, so this might make it a bit easier now. Hopefully. What do we had? We had a Class B industrial quantum drive, right? Which doesn't really seem to be working properly. Yes, we're off. We're off. We're off on a mission. Don't you have to go in and make sure the power's onto the unit? Yes, possibly. Yeah, so we got power to the quantum drive. All right. Are we going to fly over Klesha? Are we going to get shot at? So now we're traveling at an appropriate speed, 1,000 meters a second. Trespassing. Yeah, I'm flying over, man. I'm flying over. I'm flying over. Everybody just calm down. 1.2 kilometers away. They don't have a very, you know, nice buffer zone, do they? Toxic waste. So they got some little pads out here. This is where you can summon your rescue ship. Oh, see that sunset? Or that sunrise? Ye old Aberdeen. I don't like being on that side of the ship. That's better. Barton Aid Shelter. For, you know, escaped convicts. Actually, that looks like a hillside. Let's land over here. Don't have any shields, so we've got to be careful. If we bump into anything, we're going to get destroyed. All right. So once we get inside, we'll roll up our missions. We must remember that we got to put a helmet on. We got a helmet on. Lovely. If the square's blue, it's good for you. If the circle's red, you're dead. Such a great rhyme. Such a great rhyme. And just to be certain, let's close the ship. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Do we get any missions? Now, I did originally have on Discord like a probability. If you already had, you know, 5 missions, then there was a probability. Look at this little Pico. Look at this little Pico helmet thing. It's a Pico ball. Let's carry that. I'm going to have this. Yeah, I originally did have a probability sort of thing. If he already had 4 missions, then the probability of finding more would have been 60%. And then I was like, no, it's just too complicated. Let's just, you know, stick it with, you know, keep it simple. and we'll just use that dice roll. Look at this little Pico ball. It's cool, man. Let's put it in the ship. Let's put it in the ship. Let's go, Argo. Yeah, I wish YouTube had some feature in there. Nope, that's... There we go. I wish YouTube had some feature that allowed the YouTube chat to also get involved in, you know, discussions. Not discussions, what am I talking about? Yes. That's a bummer. That's a really big bummer. To get involved in, you know, the... Yes. Of course, the physics doesn't work. There we go. We have collected something for the ship. Here goes Argo hoarding already. Yeah, for Twitch, for YouTube chat to get involved with the, you know, the commands and stuff like Twitch can. You know, when we get that on YouTube, that'll be a good day. Because I'm not always going to be able to look at chat and read chat and, you know, see if somebody said, we find you, we find you. You haven't paid the fine. I'm only going to do it if the chat fires up with that, with their Tim Tams. So you got to spend your Tim Tams. Now I'm giving you a reason to collect your Tim Tams so that you can find Argo. Anything else in here? All right, let's roll up our missions. So first we need a D10. 8. So 2 missions. What's the first one? 62. It's another Moby Glass mission. There's quite a number of Moby Glass missions, right? So, you know, this list of other deliver a warm jacket to the mission location. And where I put and store in any loot box, you know, this might not always be possible. So we need to rethink this again. You know, there's no loot boxes on Everest, right? Which is where we got this other mission, you know, to deliver this stuff. So we might just have to go put it on the ground somewhere. 62. It's another Moby Glass mission. What is it? It's an investigation mission. All right. So let's go in. Already we're off on adventures. And I'm being led by the game and by the mission system. An investigation mission. There's only one investigation mission and we have to accept it. Oh, that's something else that we should add to Discord, right? Must always accept Moby Glass missions triggered by the side quest system. So I have to accept that. What's the second one? That was the first mission. The second mission. Let's roll it up. What is it? 17. It's another Moby Glass mission. Oh, a mercenary contract. The stars are aligning. The stars are aligning because I need to collect some P4, some ammunition and stuff for the other mission to deliver to Everest. So Moby Glass mission. Have to accept this. Okay, so we've already got, this is cool. We've already got, you know, our next couple of missions mapped out for us. Mercenary. Okay, so again, do I get to choose which one I do, or defend site and retrieve confidential materials? Wow, that's a crazy one. Exterminate nest of Copians. So here's a question, right? The side quest system has triggered a Moby Glass mercenary mission. Now, do I get to pick one from the list, or do we randomly decide which one it's going to be? Because in this instance, I'd really like to do this Exterminate Nest of Copians. A, because I can start collecting the horns, which I might need for side quests further down the track. And B, it's going to take me to a cave on Hurston, which means A, I'm going to get location of a cave, and when we get there, we can learn, if you already don't know how to take OM markers and triangulate the position of that cave, so we can travel back there at any point in time. So that A, we're going to be able to collect Copian horns. 2, we're going to identify the location of a cave, and we can put that in Argo's discovery journal locations, the coordinates for this location. And B, A, B, C. Thirdly, I can do some mining and potentially get some gems. Don't forget call to arms for a bonus. Okay, well, this is something else that we need to think about, Rusty Nuts, is, again, I'm not allowed to select missions from the Moby Glass. Well, okay, so maybe in this instance, I'm not allowed to select... Okay, one thought at a time, Viv, one thought at a time. I'm not allowed to select missions from the Moby Glass unless instructed by chat when they spend their Tim Tams on the quest one. Where's the quest? This one. Hey, what's going on? Why doth you not be playing the quest? It didn't work. Why didn't it work?
Quest? I'm already on a quest.
Unless Twitch chat plays that, or I'm triggered by the side quest system to accept a Moby Glass mission. So in this instance, for example, I'm allowed to choose a mercenary mission. So yeah, maybe I'll choose Call to Arms. That would be, entirely legitimate, because now I can, So here I'm stuck with a choice, right? Immediately I have to think, because of this side quest system. I can't just come here and choose whatever missions I want. It's dependent on what I find happening to me as a consequence of playing the game. Do I want to choose Call to Arms in the hope that I'm going to come across some bad guys and be able to kill them? Or do I want to choose a mission that's going to actually give me some rewards and have potential, benefits for me further down the track? Rusty Nut says roll the dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like the idea of the side quest system saying, okay, you've got to do a delivery mission. You've got to do a salvage mission. But then I also like the ability for me to be able to go, okay, from this category of options, which one suits me for the circumstances that I'm in, rather than making everything random. We've randomized what missions I can do. And now, right now we're having a discussion about, what mission I should accept because of the influences it's going to have on the gameplay, not just now, but also in the future. From Argo's perspective, why does he have to accept a quest? This isn't so much from, from Argo's perspective. It's from a gameplay perspective, the having to accept a quest, because having to accept a quest is directing me through the universe. Right now in the sandbox that Star Citizen is, there's nothing that really is driving you in a specific direction. Everything is your choice. And it can become very monotonous and very, very boring very, very quickly. When you've done heaps of stuff and you've played thousands of hours of the game, there just doesn't seem to be a lot of point to doing a lot of things. So when your options are completely stripped away and you are forced, you've got to do this to continue your progress in the game, then it gives me something to go, oh crap, oh man, somebody took the bloody mission. It gives me a reason to go, okay, now I've got to do this. So we can't do clear claim jumpers because I don't have any weapons. Defend site and retrieve confidential materials could be an interesting mission. keeping in mind that we've got a weapon but no ammunition. And doing this by ourselves, just to keep moving along. At this point, I wanted to do the Copians. I'm going to accept this one, a call to arms. Basically, if he has to, why would he? You have a choice as to which one. Luck of the draw makes more sense. Yeah. This early in defense isn't a good option. Defend site. Well, you know, defend. I would do a defend site mission, but defend site and retrieve confidential material. That mission continues to spawn enemies, and it could have been a good option, but it has been chosen. Okay, so we picked up 2 Moby-Glass missions. That's cool. But we are here for some waste. So immediately now, as a consequence of the side quest system, I've got a couple of Moby-Glass missions that I need to do. 1, I need to collect this waste, and then 2, there's something else I need to go do. I can't remember what it was now. Toxic waste. Oh, no. I chose the call to arms mission. Due to lack of weapons, ammo, and armor to be successful. Well, I've got some weapons, and I do have a little bit of armor, but I don't have any spare ammo. So we have a P4, we have a P6. We don't have any torso armor. Got some leg armor. Got some arm armor. It would have been a really good mission, actually, to be able to pick up a bunch of stuff. To arm ourselves with, collect some ammunition, loot some, Ninetales armor to sell. But I just wasn't super keen on the retrieve confidential materials. Maybe when we get back around Hurston area, and we back, like when we have to go, yeah, when we're back in that area, I'm sure we'll get some defend site missions. Right. Let's get some thrusters activated. All right, so we picked up the waste from here. Have we? I'm pretty sure we have. Outposts completed. Toxic waste remaining. Let's check the contract manager. Go to and collect all the toxic waste. Or how many pieces of toxic waste were there? Let's get the gear back down. Oops, let's get the gear down. Whoa! I'm so lucky. That was so lucky. Even if you're rock mining, you still have call to arms on? Yeah, I'd always choose, you know, if you're just playing, I'd have call to arms on all the time. 100%. The way you see it, campaign terrain, Argo is in a bad way. Ergo, he must accept whatever comes up to not miss any opportunities. Ergo, I'm now firmly in support of luck of the draw. Which way will fate take me? I do like the idea that the type of mission is random, but then I get to choose, or Argo gets to choose which mission he does. Again, because, you know, it gives him that choice. Okay, you know, I'm already on doing this. I've got to go and do this shortly. I may need some of this in the future, so accepting that mission gives me the possibility to collect some of that. I like that thought process of having to think a little bit about it rather than it just being random. It you know, that removes any player involvement in, you know, planning and preparing for different missions and stuff. Engines off. Let's have a quick look around. There's more waste here somewhere. Oh, there's some over at the other building. It's over at the other building. If it's inside the building, we're going to have to roll on the mission table. Okay, so here's an interesting thought, right? True, you can sway if your character is good or bad guy. Yeah, I get some choice over what he's going to do. It's not just all completely random. Here's an interesting point. So we've come to this location, right? Barton Aid Shelter. This is a location. Do I roll once on the mission table at this location? Or now that I'm going to a different building at this location, is there potentially going to be... Oh, hang on. No, it's 161 million miles away. 147 meters. Maybe something's getting glitched out here and it's thinking that that's the waste inside my ship. Which for some reason it thinks is 427 meters away. Don't like the look of whoever that is over there. Okay, let's get out of here. Set a course for Magda.
The star map is being updated, sir.
Activate cruise control.
Cruise control has been activated, sir. I will maintain the current speed.
Thank you.
Think nothing of it, sir.
So I might have to come up with a different ship personality for Argo's Winnebago. We've got to come back to oh no, we got to find some drinks. We're at 34%. Outposts completed 0 of 2. Maybe I need to remove the toxic waste from this location and then that will update. We'll see what happens. Maybe this mission's going to glitch out. Coming back. So when I get to a location, do I roll on the mission table to determine how many missions are at that location? Or do I roll, each time I go into a different building? Which could get confusing. I think I've answered my own question. I think it's probably easier when I get to a location, roll to see if there's any missions at that location. Not necessarily specifically in the building, but at that location. It still says outposts completed 0 of 2. But I'm already liking how this is, influencing the direction in which the, Argo is going. It's clearly defined objectives, right? My quantum drive keeps jumping off. It's not a... We've got an industrial level quantum drive in this little ship. Clear navigation.
Understood, sir. Accessing Skylink and clearing route.
There isn't any. Contracts. Oh yeah, we've got an investigation mission too. We've got to go find... Oh, that was the other one. We've got to go investigate this missing person. Perlman. I've got to go find a missing person. Sick. Here we go. Okay, cool. Oh, I wonder why it keeps shutting off like that. Maybe this cooler is not the right one for this ship. Clearly it's not. Not the cooler, the quantum drive. Let's get power back to it. Coolers, radar. Isn't going to shut off. It keeps disconnecting. This is super interesting. I wonder why. Let's power the ship off. Let's power the ship back up. Interesting. Okay, let's go. No, it didn't work. Now I don't have any control of the ship. I wonder if this is a component issue or a Star Citizen issue. Why doth I not have any control? Feel somehow you did not get all the waste. I'm worried you're not be able to complete the mission. Yeah. Well, we're going to find out in a minute. If we can get here. Get down there. Okay, looks like we're in quantum this time. No! So whatever quantum drive we have in the ship right now, where's the toxic waste gone? Oh, you know why it might have been 427 meters below us? Because I might have put it on the ship and it's fallen into the planet. So there's some problem with our quantum drive. Where's my engineering panel? Interesting. How sick will engineering be? Manufacturer says installation issue. Skeet skeet. You're probably... Maybe I damaged it putting it in there. Oh no, we finished our quantum. How very bizarre. It's a Star Citizen thing. It's a Star Citizen thing. What are these things down here? There's ships down here. Salvage? Components? Guns? Shields? Yes! This is what we want! Do we have some lights? Is that an... What is that? An Intrepid? No. C1? What else is here? What's this over here? Rock? It's a rock? No. Is that a mole? It is. It's a mole. All right, we badly need something to drink, and I don't think I've got any drinks on board. But while we're here, we're going to go grab ourselves a little bit of RMC. Motherfig, how are you, my friend? Helmet's on? Yes. If the square is blue, it's good for you. What time do you call this? Is this the daytime for you? It is. It is 100% daytime for me. It is the morning. It is 9:45. So that might be the repair one. Yeah. And this is salvage. Yeah, so impromptu Motherfig, just doing some testing out of the side quest mission system, which so far has actually been really, really interesting. We're currently doing a toxic waste removal. We managed to pick up a Moby-Glass mission. You got milk, right? No, there was just enough milk. Just enough milk. Rhino's joined us. How are you, Rhino? How do I know when this cartridge is full? Sick. We're going to go over the cutter has size 2 weapons, right? So there's another ship that's just over there which we haven't checked out. I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any weapons on that C1 that we can use. Oh yeah, it says, oh yeah, down the bottom there. I got 50% battery power and I'm 19%. It's 19% full. Are you allowed to strip weapons and components for sale? Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's the whole point of, you know, just this exploration type gameplay. You know, that's the whole point of the side quests, is to keep me moving around and going, oh, look what we've just discovered. A mole, a C1 and some other ship here, all wrecked. Let's salvage some RMC. Let's salvage some weapons. I don't know, though, if we're able to sell that stuff right now. I don't think you can sell the components. Have I tried to sell a mag yet? Not yet. This is the first time I've done some hand salvage. But, you know, it's something that we're going to have to do, right? Because if the Moby-Glass missions pop up, again, which can only be triggered by the side quest system or by Twitch chat triggering off the, by spending their Tim Tams on the quest soundbite. Sorry, YouTube. I wish there was something that I could do for you guys too, but If you do like to watch on YouTube, as I said before, you know, you could have Twitch in the background, just mute the tab, not the stream, and then watch on YouTube. And then if you ever want to trigger a Moby-Glass mission, you can go over to Twitch and spend your Tim Tams that you earn just by watching the stream on the quest. Soundbite. 86%, 87%. You can't sell your own ship's default components, but so I should be able to sell components from other ships, right? 100%. It's full. It's full. And we don't have any spare clips with us. Let's see. Where's the is this the front of the ship or the back of the ship? This is the back of the ship. Interesting. Okay. If this is soft earth, its port should be unlocked. You can't afford to hydrate? Oh, you got to have that Twitch chat. You got to have that Twitch stream open, man. Mute the tab, not the stream. If you mute the stream and you're watching on YouTube, you won't count as a viewer and you won't be earning Tim Tams. But you can watch on YouTube and open Twitch in the, you know, a different tab and then mute the tab and then Twitch will count you as a viewer and you'll continue to earn your Tim Tams whilst watching on YouTube. Best of both worlds. Tim Tams and no ads. Okay, so I can't go up in the ship. Elevator's not working. There's no bags on it. I can't get the... For some reason, I can't strip the laser heads off it. Yeah, well, today was a very impromptu stream. I thought, you know, I've got a couple of things that I need to get done today, so I'm not going to be sleeping today. So after I got home from work, I was like, I really want to test the mission system. And we've got to get over to Perlman and see if we can find something to drink. Sounds like a conspiracy theory, Papa Nuts. Open the viewer here. Watch this. Mute that. But don't do this. And then if you click on this, you'll get extra blah, blah, blah. So we really got to get a drink in a minute. I guess we can come back here. Is that a caterpillar? Yeah, it's a caterpillar. Crazy. What the hell are these ships doing out here? And I'm pretty sure this was a C1. Oh, God. No! 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 We've got to remember we don't have any shields. Okay, this is folly. This is folly. Why can we not see properly? Where the hell am I? Let's go get our waste. Let's get something to drink. Let's not crash into these mountains. Oh, Jesus, that's the second time. So I'm staying up. Yeah, it's currently 10 to 10, so I won't sleep until tomorrow. So, you know, I got up yesterday at around 7 in the evening. Finished work this morning at 5. and then I won't go to bed until maybe 7 o'clock tomorrow, 8 o'clock tomorrow, something like that. Rough? It's not rough. It's what I love, man. It's what I love. I just got home from work. No, I've been home for a little while now. Finished work at 5. It's almost 10. All right. So this is a new location where we're coming to pick up some waste, but this is a new location. So now we get to roll again on the mission table. All right, let's get down. I guess it doesn't really matter where. And there's, I guess these other ships here we can't do anything with them anyway. Let's just land over here somewhere. Let's just get down on the ground. Just over here sounds good to me. Whatever, wherever, it doesn't matter. Actually, it kind of matters. Does it matter? Yeah, a little bit. Let's go over here. Yeah, so I've got a feeling we lost the other toxic waste. We'll go back there. It was in the ship, but for some reason it was 400 meters beneath us, which means it's probably fallen through the ground. Man, there's a buggy and stuff. There's a rock! There's a rock! We could totally take that rock and drive off and do a little bit of rock mining. I'm not hearing the alerts. What's going on? Skeet Skeet played No Time to Panic for 500 Tim Tams, but there's no alert. Something is not working. Something is not working. Do we have a helmet on? We do. Let's put this... oh, I don't think I can in Armistice. No. Okay, I think we might need to then just put it in the cupboard here for the moment. Oh, that might be my wife calling. Just a minute. She phones me from upstairs.
Twitch is broadcasting a new follower alert, sir.
Black_intellect_ is now following on Twitch. Welcome to After Dark.
Right. Now, okay, so we've got rid of that. We've badly got to find ourselves a drink. Oh, what? Man, all sorts of weird shit's going on right now. Why does it keep bringing up the radio menu? Stop. Atreyu?
Yes, Commander?
Am I clicking on the wrong button? I think Star Citizen's just been a bit weird right now. I think things have just been a bit weird. Life is fucked, says Motherfig. She said, get some milk. Well, she was saying, I'm going to get some Vietnamese rolls. Do you want one? Yeah, we could totally take this rock. I can't fit it in the ship, unfortunately. All right, we got some toxic waste over here. First, I need to get a drink. Then we'll roll up our missions. Then we'll get our toxic waste. We heard the new follower alert, but not the don't panic one. Was there a new follower, was there? Oh, Black Intellect, thank you for the follow. My bad. That must have happened while I had my headphones off. Black Intellect, I appreciate you. Welcome to Twitch. What ship have I got that can't fit a fucking rock? We are in the Cutter Rambler. We are in the Cutter Rambler. All right, so we got a little bit of toxic waste. First, we got to find ourselves something to drink. Of course, there's not going to be any boxes here, is there? Oh, some arm armor. Let's loot that. Oh, God. Let's take that multi-tool. Oh, we don't even have any armor. Okay, let's... Oh, this is a situation that's not good. Carry an apple, please. Let's eat that apple. Oh, let's take the helmet off. Drink something. I've got to find something to drink, man. It doesn't just happen by magic. We're in a situation right now. This is after dark, man. You know what happens here. Eat the goddamn apple. It's going to give us a little bit of hydration. It did nothing for us. What's in here? A bottle! Oh my God. Yes. Why am I in a Rambler, Motherfig? I said, so we're on Argo Hurston's account, my alt account. This is the account that we're going to be doing a lot of playing on after 4.0 and the wipe. And Argo received a Cutter Rambler from his ex, Amelia Hurston, after their separation. It is a beat-up old Cutter Rambler. We have just managed to, under main thrusters, fly from Lawville. The ship only had a power core. We managed to get to Everest. After the wipe, it'll take a little bit because he already had some money starting now. Anyway, long story short, we're playing on Argo's account, testing out, this mission system, right? So, phew. Okay, that's that done. Don't leave the helmet behind, Rhino. Yeah, Twitch alert thingies are not working. I don't know what's going on. Let me see what's happening. Yeah, the alerts aren't working. Maybe something has happened to Stream Elements. Let me just have a quick look here and see what is going on. And then we shall go back on with the missions that we're already on. We already still have an investigation mission which we need to go and do. Overlays. Twitch alerts. Twitch alerts. Copy overall URL. Yeah, it's the same. Control audio via OBS. Let's save this. Twitch alerts. Let's refresh cache of current page. Okay. So I'm moving poop from here to there. Skeet, skeet. I am. It was the mission that came up for us. So, you know, we've got to go and do it. It's great that you're planning ahead of time for a wipe. Too many SE players aren't and will be blindsided by actually having to work for money. Well, you know, this whole side quest system is just a means of me being able to move about the verse and feeling like, you know, okay, I've got to go do this. I've got to do this. You know, I've got this side quest that I need to complete, but to do that, I've got to collect, you know, some ranter dung, which means I need to go to a cave. So if a cave mission pops up, then I should probably accept it because I'll get the opportunity to get the ranter dung while I'm there. You know, all that sort of stuff. Okay, so that's up to date. Let's just do...
Twitch is broadcasting a new follower alert, sir. Twitch is broadcasting a new
Velma
follower
is now
alert, sir.
following on Twitch. Welcome to
now
After
following
Dark. On Twitch. Welcome to After Dark.
Okay, so that works. Let's go back here.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Commander. Twitch is broadcasting an alert.
Flossie69 on Twitch has broken their Tim Tams into 25 bits.
25
Thanks
bits.
for sharing.
Thanks for the bits, Flossie. Yeah, of course that bit works. Appreciate the bits, Flossie. Thank you. My sound alerts are not working. Why are my sound alerts not working? From sound alerts, they are not working. I'm not sure. I'm going to have a look at that later on. We're going to have a look at that later on. So maybe don't be spending your Tim Tams just yet because we're not getting those alerts. Leg armor. We need that. Carry. It's got some Dakari pods, some Revenant pods. Can I not? Yes! Yes, sir! Okay, what's in here? Okay, hang on. It's a bit random. Okay. We might need some of this stuff. So in the mission system, right, let me bring this up for the people who have just joined us. So I've put together this list of side quests, right, and some of them include collecting this sort of stuff. So, for example, my worst enemies. Let's just go through it. We're in this location. The life-threatening situation is over. We have arrived at a new location. My helmet, yes, I need the helmet. I will not forget the helmet. So worried you go outside without your hat. No, the circle is red, I'm dead. If the square is blue, it's good for you. The circle is red, so I know I'm going to be dead. We've just arrived at a new location. I've scouted around. Ideally, the first thing I do when I get to a new location is to see if there's any missions here. And this is a representation of there being, you know, encounter missions. NPCs here who come and say, my grandmother's lost. Can you help find her? My daughter's missing her shoes. Can you please go to New Babbage and get her some new shoes? You know, that sort of stuff. So we're going to go over to our dice roller. We're going to roll up. How many missions are there? So we rolled a 6 on the D10. So 6 on the D10 is there's 2 missions available. Okay, 2 missions are available. What are they? 37. 37 is my mother's secret cure-all. So this one was at Pearlman. I'm going to accept this one. I have to accept at least 1 mission. I'm going to accept this one. It's active, yes. So I need to deliver 5 golden medmen, 5 Heart of the Woods, and 1 Oza to the mission location and store them in any loot box. So I'm going to have to collect this stuff now, right? So again, you know, looking at my active missions from time to time, I've got to remember, okay, if I ever come across any golden medmens or any magazines and stuff, I need them for this mission. And I've got to return these to Pearlman. So that's the first mission, right? Let's roll up the second one. 27. 27. My brother's helmet. Retrieve a blue arrow helmet and return to the mission location so the helmet can be modified appropriately. Then deliver the helmet to Bezdek on aerial. Okay. Let's accept this one. And this came from Perlman. So this was a multi-part one. Sometimes you can fly in the blue arrow helmet. So again, if I ever find a blue arrow helmet, then, you know, instead of selling it, I'll have to remember or look at my side quests and go, actually, I've got a mission that includes one of these blue helmets. I've got to go back to Perlman so that, you know, the dude can, you know, put his brother's name on it or whatever, you know, modify it so it looks like his brother's original helmet, and then go take it over to Bezdek where probably we can assume his brother's going to be. So we've already got a couple of active side quests now, these things that are just happening in the background. So we picked up 2 new missions here. There's some loot here. We want this armor. Yes, please. Equip. What is it? Oh, yeah. It's all good. So this is, by the way, Mr. Argo Hurston. The lout, the layabout, the ex-husband of Amelia Hurston. He's, you know, a bit uncouth, not terribly educated. And after his separation from Amelia Hurston, she's given him her brother's old cutter Rambler. It's currently all decrepit and, you know, graffitied up and not in fantastic condition. But, you know, for Argo right now, he's quite happy. You know, he's got a few things out of his divorce from Amelia. And, you know, she gave him a ship. She'd given him some armor and stuff. That's the IAE rewards I'm still waiting on. He's got a few things. Again, keeping in mind that this account is not a zero to hero. It is a Star Citizen with a twist, and the twist is the Star Citizen that we want to be playing in the future. Finding missions along the way, you know, and some of it we have to imaginate, yes, but, you know, the whole idea of this side quest mission system is to simulate in some way how the game might play if we had NPC characters, if we had side quests, if we were going over here to do this and, you know, getting sidetracked and... I've so not been paying attention. Mother Fig, get on the Discord, man. It's all there. If you want to have a look at this stuff, jump on the Discord, right? On the Discord under Star Citizen Chat is Argo Hurston, A Life Uncharted. And here are all the rules. Waking up in a hab costs 1,000 credits. Riding public transport costs 200 credits. He can't wear his uniform. He has a job as a janitor outside of Lawville. Otherwise, he gets fined. When we get the alerts fixed, you'll notice on Twitch that you can spend your Tim Tams on fining Argo. So if you notice there's ever an infraction of any of these rules, I really wish these sound bites work. I think you might be able to hear it. Let me jump over to the audio mixer. You might be able to hear this.
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
I'm pretty sure you heard that. I don't know why the alerts aren't working. We'll fix that. I'll fix that off stream. So if you ever notice an infraction of any of the rules and you want to spend your Tim Tams on finding Argo, then a fine from chat is 1,000 credits. And then all the side quests. If you've got ideas for quests, you can come and put them in here. Food supplies. Deliver 5 burritos and 5 juices, which means I need to go to Crusader to the mission location. You know, there's things here. This will grow and it will become, you know, here, a relic from ages past. Or this one here. It meant a lot to my dad, and this is why I was collecting the RMC before. Find any abandoned ship and salvage 5 canisters of RMC, return them to the mission location and place in any loot box. So all these things are designed to give us, you know, the representation of things to do in the verse. And the reason we're using the dice roller here is so we know which missions to choose. So whenever we come to a new location, we're going to roll the D10. So for example, we've got a D6 and a D10 here. We'll just roll this, and what's the D10? 6. How many missions are available? 2. Let's roll them up. The first one is 11. 11 is a Moby Glass mission, except a maintenance contract from the Moby Glass. I cannot use the Moby Glass unless it's rolled up here as part of the side mission, or if you guys spend your Tim Tams on the
quest? I'm already on a quest.
Thing on Twitch. So, you know, the game immediately has a whole lot more purpose because I'm not just sitting here in a never-ending ocean of choice. You know, I can't just go, Moby Glass missions. You know, they're the ones that are going to pay me the money. Right now, you know, I've just put a blanket 1,000 for each of these, and that'll be tweaked and changed over time. We'll add missions in here and expand out this list to, you know, add a whole bunch of variety. So anyway, so let's get our helmet before we forget about the helmet, because the circle is red. We're going to be dead. And let's get our helmet back. Let's get this and put it in our leg armor because we can now. Let's get that spare apple. What are these things? We might need these. Patambus. Oh, fuck it. Let's just, oh no, we need to find some core armor. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure at some stage we'll find some core armor. What's in here? I can spend a hydrate if you need. It's all good, man. I'll fix that afterwards. Always take the pro light sticks. Yeah, we should take those too. You should be employed. Crouch for CIG. Look, I've spent a long time now, almost 14, 15 years working in the tabletop gaming industry. I had a gaming store for a long time. I owned a retail store for a while. Then I had a manufacturing business. I've written and designed my own tabletop game. I spent a fucking ridiculous amount of money having a whole bunch of miniatures sculpted for it and did nothing with them. I've never released them. I don't know how. I think I spent 40 grand or something on that. Fucking, what an idiot. But those days are long gone now, and I am but a penniless pauper. All right, so we got everything we need. We got our helmet. Nope, that's the wrong room. Oh, hang on. What's in this box? Because we need some stuff. Dakari pods and Revenant pods. Nope. Oh, god damn it. We can't even loot this stuff because we've got nowhere to store this stuff. Okay. Options. Not a great deal at the moment. I mean, we do have money. I can go buy some armor. So right now we're just testing things out, seeing how things work. And so far there's been a quite nice little flow of, you know, picked up some side quests. We've got a couple of Moby Glass missions that we need to complete. There's the Rambler. Check it out. Check it out. It's how you deal with what happens that makes you. Yeah. Look, COVID was really bad for our company. You know, at one stage, my wife and I had a reasonably successful software business that, you know, my dad and I took over from my dad that we started in the mid-90s. And, you know, at one point we had 26 staff at the biggest. And we predominantly worked in, you know, managing or designing, developing and managing systems for recruitment and training companies. And we specialized in those organizations had government contracts. And it got to the point where that became very, very difficult. The rules were constantly changing. The government, you know, listens to too many consultants who have no idea what they're talking about. And, you know, after spending, you know, a little over $1 million trying to sort some shit out that the government had no idea what they were talking about, but, you know, wasn't forcing the industry to try and do and stuff. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. So we got out of that. And then COVID destroyed Knights of Dice, which was my tabletop laser cutting terrain business. We manufactured and distributed laser cut model kits for, you know, Warhammer players and all that sort of stuff. And COVID absolutely destroyed our distribution networks in the US and Europe. And once I let all my staff go, I had to, I tried to run it by myself for about 1.5 years, 2 years, and it fucking killed me. I was working 80, 90, 100 hours a week. And, oh boy, little bit of damage. I just couldn't do it anymore. I lost all my passion for it. So, but now for the first time in like 20 years or so, I actually work for somebody else. I go to work, I clock on, I get a paycheck, and, you know, I'm very, very happy. I don't have staff to worry about. I don't have anything to worry about. I don't have anybody phoning me saying I can't come to work because I'm feeling a little bit sick. Yet yesterday I saw a whole bunch of updates from them about how drunk they were at a concert that they'd been to. So yeah, I'm very, very happy. Life is very, very different for me now. You know, I can't, just be, I don't have money anymore to just splash about, but I'm very, very happy. All right, so we've got the 2 bits of toxic waste here. There's some... oh. How did I just fall over in my own ship? There's some other buildings here we want to investigate. Because there could be some other loot here. Man, there's so many ships and stuff about... of course, because of the free fly and stuff, right? And so now, because I don't have any of that stuff to worry about, I get to spend time doing this and hanging out with this wonderful little community here at After Dark. And, I still have a few things that I need to sort out at my warehouse. I still have that. That's owned by my super fund. So, but I do need to get out of there. We need to rent it out. I need to sell some of my laser cutters and stuff. I need to bring back some 3D printers and some spin casting stuff and some proto. Okay, let's... Oh, no, we can't. We need bloody core armor. We need a red loot box. First, hopefully there's going to be some drinks. Oh, and some clothes. We need clothes. We need clothes. So again, one of the rules is I'm not allowed to fly in anything other than clothes or an undersuit. And if chat notices and wants to find me, then, you've got to spend your Tim Tams to find me. I'm not going to go, oh, yeah, that's right, I was wearing an undersuit. Oh, whoops. As Campaign Terrain said before, you have now been deputized. There we go. You go home, Argo, you're drunk. He's fallen over in his own ship, man. That was the damn cruise that he drank. See, that's what cruise does to you. Cruise makes you fall over, man. All right. So we've got ourselves a jacket, which might come in useful at some stage. Again, keeping in mind there's a side... the side quests... This is what the side quests are for. To encourage all of this sort of stuff, because there's a couple of side quests in there that have to do with collecting clothes for people. Winter is coming, a child in need, So there's a reason to collect this stuff. There's a reason to pick up Dakari pods and Amiyoshi plagues. There's a quest in there, a side quest called My Worst Enemy. And you have to collect, I think it's 2 different poisonous ingredients and then deliver them back to the person who wants to brew up some poison for his worst enemy. So, there's a reason to collect this stuff outside of just the monetary value that you'd get at the TDD or admin building. So now we're actually playing Star Citizen. Not just going, what do we do now? Now we're actually playing. I think there should be one more building. This building. We went to the little pad building, the admin building. It's over here. Yeah, we're not grinding Skeet. We're playing the game. And, there's so many ships around here. This doesn't have size 2 weapons, and plus I can't unlock the ports and stuff. We need weapons. We need shields. We're not... This is, the grind here, the rewards, which at this point has just been set as 1,000. Obviously, these need to be adjusted. Like this one here, Score to Settle, which is an active mission for me right now up at Everest Harbour. I need to bring in a P4, 2 magazines, and a Mark IV grenade, which I can either buy at Tammany and Sons or go pick up if I'm lucky enough, get a Moby Glass mission to get to a distribution center and do a warehouse mission. Those guys have Mark IV grenades. And then I'm going to get paid. I'm playing. I'm not just grinding, so to speak. We're out. We've got these 2 active Moby Glass missions. This one, which we're doing right now, toxic waste, and then we've got an investigation mission that we need to do, and then we've got a couple of active side quests. So we're playing. More drinks, some apples. Oh God, we need to find some core armor. Hang on, wait a minute. I think, are the pants I'm wearing? I've got med pens from these pants. Sick, the pants had med pens on them. That's good. No red loot boxes here. Okay. All right, I think we're pretty much done here. We picked up our toxic waste. We rolled up our side quests. We did a little bit of looting. There's a bunch of ships here, but unfortunately we can't make any use of them. All right, so we might have to go back to Aberdeen because for some reason it still thinks our toxic waste is over there. I've got a feeling it's fallen into the planet, which would suck. And this rock here, if we had a ship that we could put this in, that'd be sweet. I mean, see, right now we've got missions that we're already doing. We've got side quests, we've got main quests, but I could just jump in this rock and we could duck off somewhere, drive out of Armas to see if we could find some gems to mine and stuff, which actually might not be a bad idea. That'll certainly give us money. Argo does have some money right now, 64 grand. It's going to be a lot less when the wipe starts. He's only going to have the 5 grand. So money's going to be, a thing. But this is an opportunity, right? This bloody rock here with the harvest paint schemes on it. I think it's too... is there anything in it? Oh my God! There's 800 Hadonite in it. There's 800 Hadonite in it. We don't have a container. See, there would have been no reason for me to come to this outpost if I was just grinding or playing the game. But the side quests system brought me here. Oh, fuck. Got to figure out how to move it. Tractor beam. The problem is getting the gems out of the rock. That's the issue right now. That's the issue. Oh, and check out this cool little thing we found earlier on. Check out this little man. Oh no, he's gone. Where'd he go? It was right there. Oh man. We found like a little Pico ball thing over at Barton Aid Shelter. The problem is that I don't have a container. Okay, let's get a tractor beam. Oh, we can't. Oh, hang on. Let's get a max lift. Oh, this is crazy. Are there containers in any of the ships? That's the next thing to look for. Cyrodiil, how are you? Can always get someone to bring you one. Well, yes and no. As I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I'm quite happy for people to want to get involved in Argo's gameplay, but you're going to have to find me in the universe. I won't accept friends. So if you want to help Argo, then you're going to have to find me in the verse. That's just the way it's going to have to be. I might add people as friends if I meet them in the universe. And then that way you can always get back onto the same server that I'm at, come and find me. But otherwise, it's, you know, I don't really want to play like that, if that kind of makes sense. I think Argo would be way too honest to just take some gems found laying around in an abandoned rock. No way, man. Argo's a lout, man. Argo's an idiot. Argo's an opportunist. That's why he married a Hurston and changed his name to Hurston. Because, you know, he's an opportunist. If you blow up the rock, should make a container. Yeah, maybe. Make a little 1/8. Okay, get on the pad, use tractor to get rock out of the armistice, then blow up rock, then grab the box. I don't have any way to blow up the rock, though. The ship doesn't have any weapons. Far out, man. Yeah, so the side quest system, Cyrodiila, is it's basically this spreadsheet, right, that I put together. And every time I get to a location, I need to roll a D10, which we've got here. And that D10 is going to tell me how many missions are available at that location. And then I roll a D6 and a D10, and then I consult the table, and it will tell me, okay, there's a relic from ages past. Go and find some shit. You know, retrieve a relic. So these are only available from, you know, the outpost, the direct outpost. I've got to go searching for one. Return to the mission location to have it appraised. And so then this will, you know, another dice roll. On a 1 or 2, it's worth 5,000. On a 3 or 4, it's worth 10,000. On a 5, it's worth 15,000. And on a 6, it's worth 50,000. And then take it up to New Babbage and put it on the bar in the plaza. And the mystery buyer will come and collect it. That sort of stuff. I mean, you can also get on the Discord, and you can read about all this stuff. Argo Hurston, A Life Uncharted. You can look through the side quests here. You can, you know, get involved, add your own missions in here, add your suggestions. 800. It's a few quid. It certainly is. Can you tractor it off a cliff to damage it? No, the rocks are indestructible. They are indestructible, which is why you can drop them from orbit, which is why whenever you crash a ship, the only thing that remains is the rock. Let's go check some of these other ships. We could have a quick scout around. The chances of someone else coming here right now... I don't think I'm going to be able to get into any of these ships. Our only other option right now get the rock out of CZ first. What does CZ mean? The only other thing that I can think of at this point is that we're going to have to drag the gems one by one onto the freight elevator. Does this guy have his ports unlocked? No. Oh, out of Armistice. What does getting it out of Armistice do for me, though? this is such a good opportunity. And we don't even have any core armor. We don't have a backpack. It means you can kill it. I have nothing to kill it with. That's the problem. Somehow. Yeah, otherwise I'd tractor it out of Armistice Zone and destroy it, but I don't have anything to destroy it with. Okay, so the adventure continues. The side quests are being disturbed by another potential opportunity here. There's one other option. We've got to go back to those ships. Am I in 4.0? I am not. I am in live right now, testing my own personal side quest mission system, which I'm pleasantly surprised with so far. It's been great fun. What happens if you ask... no, that's another rule. I can't use the... Actually, it's not there in the rules. I must add it in. Can't use global chat to ask for help. You have to do that in person. I can come help you if you like. If you can find me, you can help me. I never use global chat. Okay, so these ships over here, maybe one of these will have a weapon that we can grab. So can we play this side quest shit? If you want. Like I said, get on the Discord. So I'm going to link this list of missions on the Discord, right? They're all there on the Discord already. I've just put them into a table. They're all here. And then you can do the same thing that I'm doing. Whenever you get to a location, roll a D10. The D10 will tell you how many missions are available at that location. Then roll a D6 and a D10 and consult the table. And then if you want to accept that mission, go ahead and mark it as an accepted mission, then do it. Can you roll the die, mother fig? Dogs, how are you, my friend? All right, so there's another option. One of these ships that we found earlier on, remember, for those that were here, we scraped some RMC off the mole, may have some size 2 weapons. If there's size 2 weapons that we can take off these ships, then we have an opportunity here. Oh, God, this is 800 Hadonite in that rock. Who goes rock mining, fills up their rock? Maybe they couldn't figure out how to sell the gems. They didn't know how to sell the gems, which is why they just abandoned the rock. All right, so are there going to be any size 2 weapons here? Okay, this is where I need chat's help. Does a caterpillar have size 2 weapons? It looks like a C1 to me, which has size 3 weapons. Oh, God damn it. You hate Discord. Wow, okay. I guess I could print a copy and send it to you in the mail if you like. That's a possibility. Cat has size 5s. Send him a fax, Flossie. That's a possibility. I've probably got a fax machine laying around the place somewhere. And I'm probably paying for a fax number that I haven't used in years. Oh, again, we've lost more of our waste. There were 2 boxes in here before. Okay, this toxic waste mission. Oh, hang on. Nope, we've completed 1 of 2 outposts. Okay, fine. Oh, yep, let's fly on the ground. That makes a good idea. Could make it a PDF and email it. That's a possibility. Yeah, so right now there's going to have to be a whole bunch of testing, which is what we're doing right now. And there's going to have to be a whole lot more missions on here. Now, I will add those, as I think of them, and, making use of sunset berries and rantadung. And, there's missions in here for collecting glow sticks and all that sort of stuff. If you guys have suggestions, you can help me by adding your suggestions here on Discord. And if you don't like Discord, put them here in the chat. And then as we're going through these streams, I'll put them here in the Discord and, update that sheet. And hopefully, this will be a thing that just continues to develop. When 4.0 comes around, we can start, Argo's Adventure, Life Uncharted properly. But I'm already very happy with how this session has gone. Okay, I may have mistyped, but I want to choose my own side quests. Okay, well, choose them. The reason I'm using the dice is because it is my representation of, I've come to this location. There's an NPC here who has come to me and said, I need you to deliver 3 different flares to this location. It is my representation of how a side quest system in most of the MMOs I've played work. You start off with the main objective, and very quickly you're not doing the main story anymore because you've got 42 side quests that you need to do, and each side quest you start doing gets you distracted on another side quest, and it just continues to branch out like roots. This is my representation of that. So, I'm not grinding. I'm, like I said before, I'm playing Star Citizen now. It has crashed. The game has crashed. Oh no! No! Oh no! Hopefully it logs me back in. Oh, 800 Hadonite, that's just gone. Anyway, so this is, my way of, replicating in some ways the type of systems that we might have in the future. Based on what CIG have spoken about that, the main, way in which you'll collect things to do isn't through the Moby-Glass. It's from adventuring around and meeting people and talking to NPCs and picking up jobs. Excuse me. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, there's that quest, my worst enemy. So deliver 5 sunset berries and 5 rantadung, both of which are poisonous, to the mission location and store in any loot box. Again, this is a representation. You've gone somewhere and someone says, "Hey man, I need you to do this for me. That bastard over there stole my helmet, and I want to brew up a potion. But I need some sunset berries and I need some rantadung. Then I'm going to cook that up and I'm going to give it to him in his drink. Then he's going to die and I'm going to feel a lot better. Give me that shit and put it in that loot box." All right, let's go. So just coming back, Argo Hurston has no friends. I will only add people to my friends lists if you can find me in-game. Keeping in mind that Argo has a job as a janitor at Lawville. So if you want to try and find Argo, then Lawville's a good place to be. I will only ever be using this account live when I'm streaming. So if you see me streaming and we're doing some janitor gameplay to earn a few credits at Lawville, then, you've just got to keep trying servers and then you'll see me. You'll see he wears a janitor's costume, uniform. And if you can find me, we can have a chat in game, not via chat. Got to talk on the microphone, people. It's certainly not most people's way of how they perhaps might enjoy playing the game, but It's a game with only loops. How about right now you get fuck? This is a very, very, very bad situation. So we're going to have to come up with some way of dealing with these game bugs, right? So as I slowly fall to my doom, let's just jump back into Discord and have a look at the rules. Argo Hurston, A Life Uncharted. Here are the rules. So claiming my ship back is going to cost me $2,000. Respawning in the medical facility is going to cost me $2,000. So I'm already immediately up for $4,000. Getting my ship back and paying for the med bed. Well, we've got the money to do it right now. While you're under the planet, maybe look for all the missing hazardous waste. Bug should be free. Yeah, potentially. The fact that this isn't a game should let you jump to menu. If I jump to menu, I'm going to lose any opportunity to get my ship back, which has all my stuff in it, and that had a night. If I backspace now, which we don't really have any option. Good morning, Ninja. How are you? Thank you so much.
Mum got you a lemon sauce.
A vanilla slice.
A lemon, I don't know.
Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. Then I have an opportunity to get it back. Now, as Rhino mentioned, a bug should be free. So, you know, this whole falling through the planet situation, I think, as Rhino said, should be free. This is an inconvenience at this point in time. It's not yet catastrophic. It's an inconvenience. We can get back there. So how did that happen? When the game crashed and I logged back in, when I logged back in, I might have been glitched in the surface of the planet or something like that and simply fell through. Okay. So this is how the majority of Argo's early gameplay is going to happen, running around to all the personal access terminals and collecting all the med gowns. All right, so we've got a undersuit and a helmet. So this, okay, so it's just for those people who, you know, this is what Argo wears as one of his uniforms, right? And he's not allowed to wear this outside of Lawville. And if you're watching and you see me wearing this, again, I'm only going to be streaming Argo's account, and you see me leave Lawville dressed in this armor, and you have enough Tim Tams from watching on Twitch, again, if you only watch on YouTube, that's cool. Have Twitch open in a different tab, mute the tab, not the stream, that way you'll continue to earn Tim Tams, and then if you want to fine Argo for wearing this outside of Lawville, you can spend your Tim Tams to fine Argo. Again, you know, we don't have it set up right now, it's not working, but, you know...
Quest?
No,
I'm
that's the
already
wrong
on a
one.
quest.
For some reason, the alerts aren't working properly.
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
So if you want to spend your Tim Tams to fine Argo, whenever I'm caught doing anything that I shouldn't be doing, you can fine Argo and he'll cough up the 1,000 credits. This is one outfit that he wears. This is the other one. So if you see some clown running around Lawville looking like this, come on and say howdy. Are you Argo Hurston? And then this is his other uniform. This is his other uniform. Again, Argo has a job as a janitor. He cleans up med gowns and water bottles and any other rubbish that he can find. Okay, so you wake up at the last station. Well, I've been revived here at the hospital. Now the rescue mission is underway. See, I've been collecting a whole bunch of bottles. Again, there's side quests about empty bottles. I think it's called the next big idea. And for some reason, this guy needs like 20 empty bottles for his next big idea. Okay, let's get ourselves... Look at that stupid mullet. Argo is a bogan. I've still got gloves on. Let's get that on. Let's get that on. Again, another thing Argo can be fined for is wearing armor in the city or carrying a weapon.
Hold up, wait, put the Tim Tams down. Motherfig fired up with a $3.92 super chat. Thank you for your support.
Motherfig, you're a legend. Thank you so much, mate. Your support's been incredible. Incredible. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you, mate. Live is getting better after IAE. Well, you know, once the free fire is finished and stuff, you know, it's going to, you know, there's going to be less people around. There's going to be less clutter. Without all the big ships and everything flying around. I meant to say for the mullet. Oh yeah, that's something else I should add in here. No helmets inside, people. No helmets inside. Let's just quickly jump over. Wearing a helmet inside a city with atmosphere. Actually, all cities have atmosphere. Is a finable offense. Yes, let's go. So again, these things are all designed from a money sink perspective, because otherwise, you know, it's way too easy just to earn and earn and earn and earn and earn, but not have anything that consumes that money as part of the game's mechanics. Now, obviously, in the game, you know, there's not going to be people fining you for wearing helmets and stuff, but there might be game mechanics that prevent you, for example, from carrying weapons, which CIG have spoken about. So you're going for a long stretch. What do you mean, Motherfig, in terms of the stream today? Maybe just for a little bit longer. We've already been on for, what, 3 hours or so? Coming up on 3 hours. It's almost 11 a.m. I do have a few things to do today. Sadly, the weather today is supposed to be absolutely rubbish, so I can't get anything done outside because it's coming to 12 a.m. I don't know, maybe another hour or so. Maybe after we, you know, all of my streams seem to end in a retrieval mission. So we'll see. I still need to complete this toxic waste quest. Excuse me. This is something else that we need to have a think about. Let's get off the train first. Is that I still have active missions in my Moby Glass, right? That were accepted as part of the side quests. I had the opportunity to pick a mercenary mission, and because I really wasn't prepared to do a combat mission, I just chose Call to Arms. So I can't choose this by default. It has to come up as part of the side quest system. I chose an investigation mission because that popped up and this was the opportunity for the investigation mission, so I had to select it. So we got to go find this person in a cave, which could lead to some hand mining and all that sort of stuff. And then obviously we're doing this maintenance one. So it's nearly midnight there in the UK. So my usual 10 a.m. for me stream. So my usual stream is 9 p.m. UTC plus 10. So whatever that is for you. So I'm 10 hours in the future, right? So if my 9 p.m. is 10 hours in the future for you. So if I don't know what that is. My brain's not working. I've been awake for a while. Right, so we need to claim our ship back. So this would normally cost me $2,000 excess, right, for my insurance. I'd have to pay a $2,000 excess for my ship. Yeah, so if we quickly jump onto YouTuberous and we hit up my channel, I will start scheduling them out. So we got this little side quest mission one that we're doing at the moment. Thank you so much to the people who are currently watching. And then there should be upcoming live streams here. And so it should tell you the time down here in your local time. Brain stopped working. Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm a little bit all over the place. Am I going to be streaming later on? Yes, we're going to be doing the Mercs missions with the Discord. So if you want to get involved and do some shoot 'em up on my main account, we'll probably be doing adventuring around in the A2. Maybe do some of the Save Santhem missions if people haven't done them. Go hit up some bunkers. Maybe to go do some bounty missions. You know, we're just going to be shooting things up with the Discord. So 9 p.m. tonight. Feel free to, you know, you can go jump into the little green room down here. There are some participation rules. You must read these rules and be aware of them. You must have a microphone. I'm not going to talk to people in chat. You must have clear audio and microphone. If you're going to be involved in the stream, please keep it muted. I don't want feedback from anybody. I'm fairly bit of a stickler with this. I will kick you out if you're causing me issues. So if you want to get involved with that, it's been a long time since we've done a community stream, but we'll be doing that tonight. We'll see what happens because, you know, I'm going to be delirious by that stage. Again, I don't get any sleep today. I've got things to do. I think the last one we did ended in this, it was like a 14-hour stream or something. And, you know, it just ended up in we ended up in like one of the racing snake pit or something somewhere on Daymar or something. And it just ended up in a free-for-all and we basically started killing each other and... Oh, God, I don't know. It could have been the rock mining expedition aboard the Queen Charlotte, my old Carrack. I don't remember which one the last community stream was, but we will be doing one tonight. All right, we have our ship back. The retrieval mission now begins. Ah, crap! We have no components. We have no components. All we have is a power core. We're back to square one. We are back to square one. This, ladies and gentlemen, is how the stream started. Me trying to fly up to Everest Harbour under main thrusters. which we did after we managed to find it in the night sky and just managed to fly towards it. I'm so happy with how this has gone. So happy. This is entirely the experience I was hoping that this little side quest mission system would give me. You know, a direction, things to do, a reason to go to this location. So, you know, if we come back to this list of things, at the moment there's no locations. In fact, I think the only location that's mentioned here so far is New Babbage. Now, I have got another sheet here and I need to put it together, a whole list of all the locations. And I will slowly make this a little bit more intelligent. It's been a long time since I've done any Excel, you know, work, but I'm pretty sure I can figure something out. So that when one of these missions is triggered, it will include, you know, for example, Arms for the Needy, right? Deliver 10 P4 AR rifle magazines and 10 C54 magazines to XYZ location. And I'm pretty sure I can algorithmically come up with some way for this to populate based on the location. So, you know, I'll figure something out. But again, I want the mission system, the side quest system, to take me to all different sorts of places. And, you know, there's loads of places in the game I have never, ever been to. This side quest system will be a means of, you know, sending me there. So I'm very happy with how this has gone. I think that, you know, the dice rolling mechanic of how many missions there are. So far, most of the locations, I think we only been to 3 or so. Have, and you know, given us 2 missions, which is good. Obviously 9 and 10 on the D10 are being at the upper end. How many missions are we going to get? 7. It's 2 missions. How many missions are we going to get? Or potentially be there? None. No missions at this location. Let's go to a different location. 3. It's only 1 mission. So, you know, I'm happy with how that 4. It's 1 mission. 1 mission. 2 missions. What are they? 24. It's a Moby Glass mission. A delivery mission from the Moby Glass. Sick. Those ones are good ones. And 37. That's also a Moby Glass mission. No, it's not. It's my mother's secret cure-all, which we already have. Deliver 5 golden medmans and 5 heart of the woods and 1 oza to the mission location and store in. These are all different sorts of foods, right? And one of them, you know, the oza is supposed to be like a delicacy. So I'm not entirely sure if we'll continue on, because then now we're at the point where we need to we got to get back to Magda, and to get back to Magda we need to get up to Everest to be able to buy another quantum drive and another cooler. I've probably just got enough money for both of those. We got 64 grand. Yeah, we can afford a cooler and another quantum drive. Dude, recalibrate. Oh, holy crap. The stream is wigging out, man. I'm gonna close a few things, man. Oh yeah, we're sitting on the wrong scene. No, we're not. I don't know what's going on. Let's close this page. It's been wonderful. I think I will call it there. Gotta get up, have a shower, start cleaning the house, start getting some jobs done around the place. Appreciate everyone who's tuned in today. Motherfig, thank you for the generous donation. I'm very excited by this. I'm so excited by this. Man, I wish I had more time to stream and you know, talk about this with you guys. But, you know, I'll do a little bit of it by myself and, you know, just see how we go. Yeah. Tonight, 9 p.m. UTC plus 10. Mercs missions. If you want to get involved, be here. Join in. We'll be shooting some stuff up and just generally having some fun in the PU while we continue the wait for 4.0. 07s, everyone. Appreciate you. We'll fix my alerts. I'm so stoked by this. This is great. All right. I'll see you next time. Ciao.